those are what we gotta do.
Some of the funniest noises.
You have to say, big brother, big brother. That's what they're all into. That's what it's all about.
Oni-san.
My pussy! It's exploding! I feel like I'm going insane! Yeah. No one behaves like that during sex. Maybe. No one I've ever experienced. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're doing sex wrong unless you're like, your eyes are fucking crossing and your mouth is opening and just you're drooling everywhere.
Yeah, I am reduced to a primordial form. I am sated with such pleasure that I can only experience life on the most base level. I will have the cross-eyed face that the gamer girl bathwater does.
Yeah, it's called ahegao or something.
Ahagao, the ahagao
What
face.
the fuck? Why did porn get stupid? I didn't expect porn to get stupid.
No, I get it because it's a humiliation thing. It's very understandable. You want your lady to be pretty, but also to be totally submissive to you, which also means being able to look stupid as hell.
I want my porn to make sly references to the Eisenhower administration and the Cold War.
You'll be the progenitor of Ike porn.
Yeah, yeah.
But that does kind of exist in that there. Do you think there are like trad wife? But like 50s trad wife, like people who lust after Leave It to Beaver moms.
Oh yeah.
So is there like 50s porn out there? Like 50s period porn out there?
Like well done, like in the style of Mad Men.
Yeah.
No, but that would be. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea if you want to start that.
Well, because that's how you make money in porn nowadays, is you got to do a niche market. You got to have a specialty in a niche market.
I don't know how they make money in porn with OnlyFans being a thing. Like, that's hugely threatening, I would imagine, to the porn industry.
Yeah, it's like, you know how celebrities muscled in on the work of voice actors after Shrek normalized it? Well, now they're coming for porn actors, too.
Oh God, that would be the final frontier for porn actors and their livelihood.
Yeah, where celebrities just lose all pretense and shame and just start showing their penises overtly sexually.
Exactly.
Just like, I mean, who do you think would crack for? I mean, James Franco, obviously.
Yeah.
Would be the first to have a very overtly X-rated OnlyFans. And he would claim it's art.
Yeah, when the real celebrities start doing OnlyFans, that's when the porn industry will quake in its boots. And that's when we can finally get free, high-quality, high-definition pornography.
James Franco, his art project is me having sex with 16 and a half year old girls.
Instead of going to jail where he belongs.
No, well, because you can. That's a rule that where you can get out of statutory rape if it's art.
Man, that's a bad rule. We need to change that rule.
No, it's a good rule. It's a good rule. We need to allow free speech. We should not limit free speech, and that includes the the underage arts.
Libertarianism is extremely stupid
because it's just a mask for ephemophiliacs.
Well, I would say specifically atheistic libertarianism is extremely stupid, and most of them are. I do believe atheists.
Why specifically atheist libertarians over, say, religious libertarians?
Well, there's no, like, if you're an atheist and a libertarian, then they have no real good argument for the basis of the origin of their rights that they're so hung up on. Right? Like,
what right to libertarian? I guess the right to property. That is the ultimate right. The right above all else is the right to own
Well, they're all about individual
shit.
rights. No, they're all about individual rights. Like, they want to...
But you're saying in the absence of God, there is no sort of axiomatic force to justify individual rights.
Yeah. To that degree, I mean...
In a right-wing point of view, whereas, like, the left has community and, mutual aid and shit. The right wing is every man for himself, and meaning emanates solely from the individual.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get where it comes from. All these rights that they want to protect, but hey, more power to them. That's my attitude.
It's like the Simon and Garfunkel song. I am a rock. I am an island. I am a rock. I am alone, and I like being alone. I entered this world alone. I'm gonna die alone. I can only rely on myself, and that's how I like it. I have never depended on anyone for anything. I'm libertarian, and I sing. Wow. But yeah. I think that's their sort of thing. They are an inviolable universe unto themselves, and their desires and whims should not be... It's Satanism. It's basic, because what Anton LaVey said was that Satanism was just Ayn Rand, but with rituals. Because that's what objectivism is if everyone pursues their own quote-unquote rational self-interest, then everything will work out just fine.
I see.
But as we know, rational, I don't know about that, honey.
I don't know about that.
I don't know how. How do we quantify?
I think we should talk about
rational.
Call Me Daddy. Have you listened to Call Me Daddy? Is that a podcast you've listened to? Call Her Daddy, I mean? Is it Call Her Daddy?
Call Her Daddy?
Yeah.
What's that podcast?
Oh, you haven't heard of this podcast? Call Her Daddy?
Call Her Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
What's it about? Is it disturbing or is it wholesome?
Oh, it's like a sex podcast.
Cool.
It's been in the news. You should check out the news. It's like connected to Barstool Sports.
Barstool. Barstool is they're legends, man. Dan Portnoy, Boston legend, Beantown legend, great guy. Dan Portnoy. He's going to rule the world one day. What are these ladies talking about? Are they being misogynistic towards ladies because they're associated with Barstool?
It's a little more complicated than that. I've gathered, but it's an extremely popular podcast, and they got trapped in a contract where they're not making very much money, and their podcast is often number 2 or number 3 on the podcast charts. So they're stuck in this contract now, and there's some stuff going on with them, not wanting to do it or try to get more money. But anyway, the podcast itself is super explicit, and sometimes they do say things that are crazy. I think most of the time. It's been described as 2 really intense party girls, and they're podcasting while they're hungover from last night, going through what happened.
That just sounds like Red Scare.
I don't know. Never listened to Red Scare.
It's that, but they're leftists, ostensibly.
Okay. So these girls are probably not leftists, but...
They're just gals. They're just gals on the town. They're man's gals. Well, because that seems like the type of thing that Barstool does, right?
What's interesting is, they advocate or talk about, really intense things that you might do in a relationship, like putting a tracker on the person's phone and hacking their phone and constantly being suspicious of them and being really manipulative, and they talk about that kind of stuff, kind of in the way that Tom Likas would talk about that on his radio show, but from a different point of view.
So they're toxically feminine?
it's toxic. It's definitely toxic, and that's what's appealing about it. So I recommend it. I haven't listened to it, but I would say I recommend listening to it. I'll probably go listen to it after we're done with this.
All right.
Probably won't stop.
Link in the description. Call her daddy.
Yeah.
I just heard of this, but we're going to nakedly promote it with no expectation of compensation.
Yeah, well, because they're probably one of the most popular podcasts right now, so.
There you go.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird how there's
seekers.
like culture going on around us constantly and we're not aware of it?
The buzzing interaction of psychic forces in the background of the universe blows my mind, man. I can think of many aspects of culture I wasn't aware of until very recently.
Like what?
What's something I just became aware of?
Funko Pops.
I realized that in Django Unchained, the reason why Quentin Tarantino has an Australian accent for his cameo is because the opposite of a man-dingo is a dingo man.
Wait, really?
I know. I can't prove this. I don't know it, but I know it.
But
this
you
is true.
I mean, everyone's always thought that you and Quentin have kind of a link in terms of things that the things that you think are generally the things that he's thought, and yeah, we've all sort of noticed this.
I do have a psychic link with Quentin Tarantino. He's actually an ET-like alien, and he touched me with his long finger when I was younger, and that's why I've been eating a lot of steak. I've been trying to give him a heart attack, but it's not working.
Yeah.
No, I like Quentin Tarantino. He's just got a bad interview. He's just got a bad interview face, and it says the N-word way too much.
I couldn't finish the most recent Quentin Tarantino movie, the Hollywood one.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Pathetic old men beating up teenagers.
I couldn't watch that movie. I don't get it. I guess the thing I've come to realize with Quentin Tarantino movies is not to say they're bad necessarily. If I don't want to watch it and I don't get it, like, I'm not going to get it. Like, I didn't get Kill Bill for quite some time. Did not watch Kill Bill. Eventually, I felt an urge, watched it, and I liked it. And I think that'll happen with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, you'll get the Tarantino itch.
Yeah, but like specific to this movie, which I think you have to be a bit older and a bit more unkempt. I take from at least the other people who seem to have really liked it. It's just sort of older, unkempt men.
I really liked it because it does very much feel like I'm
an
old man now.
You're older than me,
I'm
and
washed up.
you're slightly more unkempt.
Oh my god!
You're only a little older than me.
I'm Sean Kempt. I'm classic NBA player Sean Kempt.
Do you think they're going to do the NBA outside?
Is that it? Are they talking about doing that? Is that an actual thing?
I saw one guy talking about it.
Okay.
It
would be funny if they had the NBA, but you can't get within 2 meters of each other.
Yeah. Well,
that could be done.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You have the NBA, but everyone's wearing 2-meter hoop skirts?
That'd be sick.
Yeah. The crinoline alone will cost a fortune.
What's the crinoline?
It's a type of fabric that they put in hoop skirts underneath. Don't tell me you don't know your fabrics.
I do.
What are they teaching you at those fancy liberal arts colleges?
What are they teaching me? I learned how to sit in a circle.
Oh my.
Yeah. That's what I learned.
That's a very important skill.
Hell yeah.
Sitting in a square is inefficient because the people on the corners, they get a reduced field of vision. It's just unfair.
You think you're going to go to any reunions? Let's not get too specific here, but...
No, why would I go to a reunion? The issue is, I could see... If I like someone from college, I've kept in touch with them, and will see them by themselves. And at a reunion, I'll just see everyone I hate.
Yeah, see, I want to go now. I used to not want to go, but now I want to go and maybe potentially spread COVID to them, you know?
Okay. Wait, is there a reunion happening?
There's always a fucking reunion happening, man. That's nonstop.
You're right. A lot of people are very nostalgic for college. I've noticed.
Really?
Yeah, I think people like it. College is good times.
I'd love to just try to. I'd love to like break in. You know how you can break into Zoom meetings if you get the link. It's not very secure. I'd love to break into.
You can do Wedding Crashers, but for Zoom meetings.
Yeah, I'd love to break into some like frat house reunion Zoom meetings, like Brett Kavanaugh's having right now with Skippy and Jobo or whatever.
Yeah, you have to do it where it's like 20 people though, so that they don't notice you at first.
Yeah.
And you're just in the corner. Then you slowly speak up, and I don't know. You have a Jason mask on. Or what would be the weirdest possible thing to show to a frat house?
Funny games.
Just a live feed of funny games.
Yeah.
And just slowly getting louder and louder, so it's the only it overpowers everyone else.
The original funny games had great music.
Those, we're gonna educate the frat boys. We're gonna have a happy Hanukkah.
Is today the end of Ramadan? Is that what I'm seeing?
When is Ramadan? I don't know when Ramadan is.
No, but I think today's
I'm
the
not
end.
keeping tabs on Ramadan.
I think today's the end of Ramadan.
Oh, wait, yeah. I've been noticing a lot of Eid Mubaraks recently. Yeah. People have been saying Eid Mubarak a lot, so I know that means something. I know it has something to do with Eid, which is some sort of holiday perhaps associated with Ramadan. I have a lot of fragments of Islam in my head, and that's my that's my book of poetry is Fragments of Islam.
Dude, that's a beautiful
$9.99.
Yeah, you and Salman Rushdie, man. So everyone hates the creator of Twitter because they think he's involved in the Q conspiracy. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. No, I mean the Q people.
Everyone.
Yeah, the Q people. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
they are everyone.
Well, it's weird because whenever he posts, then every reply to his posts are just the eye emoji, which symbolizes that. I guess it's like, I don't know what it's really symbolizes, but I guess it symbolizes like the eye on the pyramid, or I see you. I don't know what it is, but it's a Q thing. And apparently he tweeted that he was reading the satanic verses one time, and they take that as evidence that he's involved in satanic rituals, which is hilarious.
Well, he has been to a goat sacrifice.
Was it the Marina Abramovich one?
No, it wasn't spirit cooking. It was so Mark Zuckerberg, because he's a Silicon Valley billionaire, said, for a year I'm only gonna eat meat that I kill. And so he kept goats out on his property, and one time he invited Jack Dorsey over and tased a goat to death in front of him, and then they ate the goat. Which is, that's Mark Zuckerberg's pretty weird, but that's sort of expected normal behavior from a Silicon Valley guy. But that is goat sacrifices. It is a goat sacrifice, but they ate it, and they didn't sacrifice it to Mammon or any particular god, I suppose. At least that's how he tells the story.
The funny thing to me about Mark Zuckerberg, which I take a little bit of solace in, is that it does not appear to me like he handles stress well at all. Like, he physically looks pained often. But, I mean, that could be a fake out. Like, that's what I would do if I was in his situation. I would have a constant look of being aggrieved by incredible amounts of stress, even if I'm not, because I know how many people hate me.
People won't bother you.
Yeah. So like Costanza does it in the Book of Seinfeld.
Exactly.
Just look like you're busy.
Just look pissed off all the time.
Yeah.
People will assume you're very busy.
There's no way to do that in the work from home now.
You can convey it in vocal tone, I suppose. How are you sound? Man, I'm really doing this right. I just sound like Batman. I'm having real trouble with these emails. Real trouble drafting these emails. There are a lot of specifics.
Is Batman working from home?
I always notice grammar errors after I've sent the email, and I look like a fucking bitch. Batman doesn't say fucking bitch. Oh, that would be funny if it did.
He just thinks it.
Yeah. Fucking bitch. I'll shank you. Stick my dick in your eye hole.
I was seeing someone on Twitter say that the reason Batman's mask doesn't cover his mouth is so that the police know he's white. It's so true. It's so true, also. That's
pretty good. That's why the police embrace this vigilante. This clearly insane person who has access to insane resources.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty easy to figure out who Batman is.
Hell yeah.
Just in the world of Batman, it's like, who could afford a big old plane that we know about? Who's funding this? Is this guy receiving dark money? But it could be any rich guy. But everyone knows that Batman is rich too, or he's cash poor, I suppose, because all of his money is in gadgets. Yeah. And do you know how gadgets are not liquid? You know that you cannot sell that shit. Have you ever tried to sell anti-shark bat spray? Shit is hard. There's not a lot of uses for it.
You tried to sell what?
Anti-shark bat spray. That's in the old Batman movie. That's in the Adam West Batman movie where there's anti-shark bat spray, which is still the best Batman movie.
I didn't know there's a whole Adam West Batman movie.
Oh, have you not seen the 1960s Adam West Batman movie?
I've seen some episodes of the show, but probably I don't think I've seen the entire movie. No, it didn't seem like
there's a full fucking movie, and it starts out with Batman defeating a shark with anti-shark bat spray.
Oh.
And there's a full 15-minute sequence where Batman has a gigantic cartoon bomb, and he's just on a boardwalk.
No, I know that.
And he keeps... Yeah. It's great. It's laughs for days. It's campy. It's wonderful. It's Batman.
You know, they should have gotten Gene Wilder to play Batman.
Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor is Robin?
Yes. That would have been classic. Definition.
Damn you, honky Batman. I started out hating that premise, but the more I think about it, the more like the lost Wilder Pryor movie.
Oh man, fantastic! Mel Brooks as Joker, or no, Mel Brooks as Riddler. Young Mel Brooks as Riddler.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Huh?
We could do that if we could learn the voices, we could do that as a radio play.
There you go, the 2,000-year-old Batman.
Oh God, what a tired sketch!
There you go. We're sketch geniuses.
Yeah, look how far we've come as comedy has evolved from the 2,000-year-old man to now Nick Kroll's Too Much Tuna.
Hey, don't rip on Too Much Tuna. That shit is gold. That shit is absolute fucking. I've been watching Kroll Show. I've been watching a series of sketch shows. I don't know why. I've been feeling in a sketchy mood recently.
Oh, yeah.
But I watched Kroll Show and Key and Peele back to back. And Kroll Show is actually really good. It's really ambitious. They aren't just sketches. They're little vignettes that develop, and there are arcs to the characters in the sketches, and there's whole, like, weird, elaborate soap opera storylines that go through.
I thought I tried to tell you about Wheels. Is it called Wheels Ontario?
Wheels Ontario. Pardon.
I thought I tried to tell you about Wheels Ontario a while ago, and maybe you didn't understand at the time. what I was
No,
talking about.
I now I do, and I will openly stand for Kroll Show.
Yeah.
I don't know if people dislike it or not. I don't know what its estimation is in society, but I think it's a very funny. And the font of a lot of our modern comedy landscape. Everyone's in that motherfucker. Mulaney's in that motherfucker. Manzukis is in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Key and Peele's is also in that motherfucker. Chelsea Peretti's in that motherfucker a lot. And this was years and years ago, and now all of these people are the stars. Kind of.
I like the movement I've been seeing that we don't need celebrities. I like that movement. Hey, man, we don't...
No more celebrities.
We don't need celebrities, but that's never been the point, has it?
Yeah, they're avatars. You get to insert your identity into this handsome person.
And now with social media, we can kind of control them. And it's kind of cool how much we can control them. Because we can arbitrarily switch paradigms as a society and then that make them look like fools.
We can actually be John Malkovich.
Oh, John Malkovich.
Although I don't think...
John Malkovich.
He's not on Twitter.
John Malkovich. I'm getting furious.
Malkovich. John Malkovich on Twitter. I love @drill. He is my favorite weird Twitter account. He posts very surreally, and it inspires my craft. Not to toot my own horn, it's not a half bad Malkovich, I feel.
Dude, the New York Times was writing about the new Steve Carell Space Force show with John Malkovich in it. It's debuting on Netflix at some point. And
what were the New York Times saying about it?
Holy shit. And they said that John Malkovich rarely does comedy. And I was like, everything that man does is a joke to me.
Yeah, he's basically a movie Frasier.
Yeah.
He's movie star Kelsey Grammer. As opposed, I guess Kelsey Grammer is movie star, but not really. He's more of a TV star. The only movie I can think of him being in is as Beast from X.
Kelsey Grammer. Yeah, the movies. Who is Kelsey Grammer?
Yes. I remember he was also in the mid-90s remake of 50s sitcom Down Periscope.
You remember the remake of Get Smart?
There was also with Steve Carell, and it was also a middling comedy.
Man. Yeah, so the New York Times, really, they were like, sorry, not sorry, comparing him to Peter Sellers.
Steve Carell to Peter Sellers.
Yeah, I thought that was maybe a bit much. They were like, not to compare him to Peter Sellers, but he's a lot like Peter Sellers.
Is Peter Sellers more unimpeachably great than Steve Carell? Maybe you are holding Peter Sellers in very high regard.
Yeah, I guess really I should hold Kubrick in high regard.
Peter Sellers was good. I feel like, I don't know. I haven't investigated this. I've never in my life known anything about it, but I feel Peter Sellers was probably a real creep. I just get that vibe from him. I get that vibe that he was like a sexual creep. But I have nothing to prove it. I've never ever researched that. But he seems like, one of the... He seems like, how Fred Armisen's a creep?
I guess. Is he? I don't know. Because it goes after young girls? Is that
No,
it?
he doesn't go after young girls, but he's a real user of women, they say. Maybe. I don't know. That's what Elizabeth Moss said, and she's a Scientologist, so who cares?
Well, Elizabeth Moss and Fred Armisen got married.
Yes.
So, why did she say yes? I don't know. I mean, not to blame her. Not to blame her. I mean, maybe he's a total
Blame
creep.
the victim.
No, maybe he's a
Blame
total creep.
the Scientologist victim.
But that's not what I expected.
I think I got this information from like a Jezebel article that had a graphic where it's like Fred Armisen, but his face is split down the middle, and it's like, we don't know the real Fred Armisen.
I mean,
the jokester you see on Portlandia.
Did you see
that guy?
Did you see his drum special?
Yeah, wasn't that funny?
Yeah, that was like something you could definitely fall asleep during.
I like his one joke where he does the impression of a decomposing fox, and that's the only joke I like. And that's not even related to music.
Because it's the sped up video joke that he does thing.
Yeah. But it's a good. It looks like what those videos look like. You nailed it. You're an impressionist. You do accents.
Yeah, his accent, his 50 accent, or is that what he does? 50 accents. That's okay. That's good. I mean, I kind of like that. I kind of like Portlandia. I don't know. It sucks.
Portlandia had Kyle MacLachlan on it, and I'm fine with that.
I like Kyle MacLachlan.
I'm glad Kyle MacLachlan Kyle MacLachlan work. Kyle MacLachlan
Glackle.
Grackle.
Glackle.
I knocked Kyle MacLachlan with a Glock. I locked out Kyle MacLachlan with a Glock.
You've been watching David Lynch's daily weather reports that he's been posting?
Yes, they are very calming to me.
Yeah. Well, it looks sunny out.
Well, I've told you before how I feel that I fetishize David Lynch in the same way that those weirdos fetishize Jordan Peterson, or especially the way that
like he's my real grandpa who understands me.
Yeah. He's weird granddad.
Yeah.
Weird transcendental granddad.
So Jordan Peterson's daughter says that I have an update. Has recently said that Mr.
Peterson Watch 2020.
Michaela Peterson has said that he'll most likely reappear at some point between fall and January, the coming fall and January. So there it is. That's when we can expect.
When the moon is high and red, I shall appear as a figure on the barley, and you shall know my visage. For
dude, he's so dead. What the fuck?
Maybe he's just chilling out, man.
Something's
maybe
up.
He needs time to create. Maybe you are panicking because you want him in your life.
I mean, I would like to know if he is okay or not. I think someone needs to go to Russia and try to get him out of there and get to a real hospital. You can't get good medical care in Russia. That is insane that anyone would accept that.
Let's go on the hunt for Jordan. What are we doing? Flights are cheap.
And the coronavirus is unchecked there currently.
Russians are hardy,
I guess.
They don't cough at all.
I don't know.
I really need to know, how everyone was upset that they didn't know where Richard Simmons was? Mm-hmm. I'm very upset that I don't know where Jordan is. What is he concocting? What if he's died and they're sort of like taking his DNA and making like a Boys from Brazil, but it's going to be the Boys from Russia, and they're just going to have Jordan Peterson clones.
We're going to make a new Peterson, a better Peterson. He won't be able to.
And they have to raise the.
He won't be able to succumb to the inadequacies of Valium addiction.
I would love a trans couple adopting a Jordan Peterson clone.
Oh God! Like when they adopt the Hitler, all the Hitlers in Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
that's a good bit.
I haven't been watching the new Rick and Mortys, but I feel like I've signed off. I have Rick and Morty exhaustion.
I heard it sucks. That's what I heard. I heard it got co-opted.
Got co-opted by who? Elon Musk?
I don't know.
He guested that one episode. I don't like him.
I think it got.
I don't like that guy.
I think it got co-opted by normies.
Fucking normies.
Trying to make that show normal.
Oh my god.
Oh, it just makes me take a shit in my own pants.
Oh, that show's just like my stepdad. I hate it.
Oh, man.
Rick and Morty used to be just like my older brother who's in another state, but now it's like my stepdad.
Dude, we should make a theme song for High School from Home, which is hilarious now. High School from Home for the rest of my life. No.
High School from Home. That was, I feel like the premise may be too similar to a sketch in movie 43, which I watched all the way through, but it's the famously bad sketch movie by the Farrelly brothers, but the one sketch that I did laugh at was, it is that premise. They're being homeschooled, but they're providing the full homeschool experience, and the parents are like bullying and sexually frustrating their children. And it's really fucked up and mean and weird, which is why I think everyone disliked it. But it tickled my my angry sensibilities.
That's located in the Grundle.
My angry sensibilities are in the Grundle.
That's located in your Grundle. You don't know where your Grundle is? I'm not gonna show you.
My Grundle, my Choda, my Taint, my Perennium, my Brown Streak.
When I was growing up, I thought it was your paint.
Your taint,
No,
yeah.
no.
Your taint is also a synonym.
No, P with a P like Papa, your paint.
Oh, your paint?
Your paint.
Oh, no, my paint. Well,
Yeah, and I also thought it was
most
the
days
pagina.
I can... If I did apply paper to that area, I probably would get a schmear of ichor color. So,
A schmear. You're gonna get a schmear.
that is my Microsoft Paint.
You're gonna get a schmear.
Microsoft Taint.
Yes.
MS Taint. Multiple Sclerosis Taint. Shaky Taint.
The MS taint. The HMS taint.
The HMS Taint. Oh my god. Well, the HMS Taint, it does connect a lot of ports, so... And in the end, that's just what a taint is. A connection between ports.
Correct.
That's we actually I'm going to start referring to my various bodily holes as ports, because that language is already in the sex lexicon, the sexicon. Like, we already have docking and space docking. So I've heard multiple definitions for docking. So docking, I've heard, is when you put a penis in a foreskin of another penis.
Yep.
You put the tip of a penis in that's one. But I've also heard of space docking, where you take a shit in a pussy.
Wow.
Which sounds really unpleasant.
Well, let's stray from this topic and let me give you a Q update.
Are you doing Peterson Watch?
No, this is a Q update on a new.
This is a Q update. I thought you said a few updates,
Q,
but you
Q.
said Q updates. What's happening with
Right.
Q?
Okay, so there are 57 sphincters in the body, in the human body. And,
All right.
And that is why Heinz ketchup has 57 varieties. This has been your Q update.
Oh no! Oh no! It's because ketchup is made mostly from sphincters.
Yeah, that's how they flavor it. That's why it tastes so good.
Bro, you go to Egypt, see the great sphincter of Egypt?
Bruh, the sphincter tell you a riddle? Bruh.
That's what we called Morsi, the great sphincter of Egypt. That's right, I'm political. I know about the Muslim Brotherhood and such. No, I don't. I'm just saying words I absorbed years ago and didn't forget.
Who are you talking about, Morrissey?
Mohammed Morsi.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the joke. I mean, Morsi, briefly the leader of Egypt, and then got deposed as... But yes, also I would frequently think of the joke Mohammed Morsi.
Yeah, Mohammed Morsi, lead singer of the Smiths.
Yes, Mohammed Morsi. This charming Allah. I'm bad. I came up with a really bad Twitter joke that I deleted, which I'm going to say now because I think it's funny, which is a bad idea for a restaurant, would be a kebab shack called Allahu Snack Bar.
That's been done, dude. That's been done a million times.
Oh, no. I'm unoriginal.
No,
but
good.
I thought of it.
Yeah, well, good that you deleted
independently.
it. You did the right thing.
Yes. That's good. When's the last time you saw Alhu's Snack Bar?
I mean...
I bet it was going on all time with the Osama era.
4chan
People
had
were
some of
making
the
a lot.
funniest terrorist jokes that I've ever seen.
Okay.
And
Involving Allahu Snack Bar.
that was the name of an animated Flash video, I'm pretty sure, or HTML5, WebM. You know how the new formats are? I don't know what they are.
Okay.
HTML5 can display video. I don't know. But that was I'll try to find it, post it in the show description. No, I won't, because we're going to be a syndicated podcast soon, so I won't be posting that in the show description. But
there you go.
oh, by the way, just
can't.
to announce to all our audiences, we do mark the shows explicit, and they are indeed explicit. Just refer to 10 minutes ago with space docking.
We talk about poops and peas.
My poops and my peas.
We talk about poops and peas on here, and and the germinals.
Germatalia.
Germatalia.
It's like a Beck song.
Wiggly worms and gashy gams and all that lieth betwixt. Oh, an intersex person is a wonderful person. What do you think? What do you think of intersex people? You ever met an intersex person that you know of? Did you have a tearful conversation with them about the intersexuality?
No, did you?
No, it's never happened to me. I don't think intersex people generally reveal to people who are they even casually friends with their genital situation. I think it should not be expected of them.
I mean, is that like Jamie Lee Curtis?
That's a rumor. That was unfounded that she was born with ambiguous genitalia. Is it founded?
No clue.
Do we know for a fact?
No clue.
That Jamie Lee Curtis,
I think
intersex hero Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think if it was a rumor, I'm pretty sure I got it from Shock Jocks. If I'm thinking back to my childhood.
I think they just said that because she had a boy haircut. That's honestly.
Well, she was she was very, very attractive in True Lies and in lots of movies. So I don't know why people would spread that rumor. That's a mean rumor.
Well, you're attracted. Your genitalia has no impact on your relative femminess. You could be born with intersex genitalia. You could be born with male genitalia and be femme.
It's very true.
You just gotta. You can do what you want. And also, she's a masky femme a little. She's got a pretty strong jaw and like broad shoulders, but that's kind of part of what's sexy about her. There's multifarious sexinesses, and Jamie Curtis, we salute you. You intersex queen, Jamie Lee Curtis, we salute you.
You're very right about that.
No.
It's interesting how that's developing in the society. I like it. It's good. Androgyny is a good thing.
Yeah, everyone loves androgyny, whether they know it or not. That's why people love the Bowie.
They love what? The who?
They love the David Bowie.
Oh, the David Bowie. Bowie.
The David Bowie.
Bowie. How do they say it? They say it? Sometimes they say it weird in England, like Bowie.
Yeah, they do say Bowie in England, I believe, because they're wankers.
You ever been
they're all a
you ever been
bunch
to
of
England?
wankers.
You ever been there, England?
I have been to England. I went to London and I had a touristy time.
Ooh.
And I had eel pie and meat mittens.
Meat mittens.
Would you like some meat mittens? They're made out of meat and silt. It's just meat and dust.
Like dirt from the river.
Yeah. Thames dirt. Best dirt in England.
We put in some dirt from the Thames. Yeah. Reckon. Do they say reckon?
Oh, reckon? No, I maybe. I don't know what English people say. There's a wide variety of English people. The thing is, because all societies are globalized, they have slang from everywhere and not just their own country. So They talk everyone everywhere talks like everything.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, the British.
Because life has.
The British have just slang from everywhere, and it's just a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in their history that would. They just picked up slang from language developing. It's cool.
Yes. Yeah, but yes. Obviously, their bloody legacy of colonialism and appropriating other cultures into theirs is the large result of their cosmopolitan, let's say, society. But also, now that we have become more globalized and we've become a hyper-federal system, which I think is undeniable, you're just going to have more cross-country slang. It becomes less regional, less and less regional as communities become less tethered to actual geographic location. Mm-hmm. And so language is developing in a far different way now.
I think English will
Which
last.
Is pretty cool.
I think English will last longer than the American Empire.
Why do you? What about English? The fact that it's good at absorbing other languages.
Well, no, that wasn't really my point. It's just that Latin lasted far beyond the Roman Empire, and I think the same will happen with English. Is that even after our empire crumbles, English will continue to be widespread, and will remain like that. It'll be an interesting legacy for those 2,000 years from now, looking back at this time, listening to this podcast, perhaps. And that's the kind of seriousness that I bring to the production of this content.
That's the kind of pathos, gravitas, and getting to the real heart of the issues, the issues that we're having as a community and a society. Well, we're getting to the fucking marrow of that shit. Inside the fucking bones of the issue. We're going beyond that. We're going fucking motherfucking subatomic.
Yeah, we're like the leukemia of discourse.
Yeah, with so many sad children getting large pencil-shaped needles in them. That's us. That's my children's hospital clown, leukemia.
Oh God.
Oh man, I saw the goddamn Joker recently. Speaking of children's hospital clowns, I saw it for the first time.
The goddamn Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
The goddamn Joker with the risen Joaquin Phoenix.
All right, what's Jack Dump's take
hero.
on the Joker?
It's okay. It's fine.
I give it a 6, 7 out of 10. Good.
It's all right. I mean, there's nothing tethering. I don't understand what the point of the movie is. Is it like if it's supposed to have a political message, everything we're seeing on screen is clearly in this guy's head. So if we can't rely on what we're seeing, it can't actually ever have like a message about society. So what I'm thinking is that maybe the intent is this is what the Joker says to himself to justify it. Maybe. But even it doesn't really convey that clearly. But maybe they would say that's the point. And I guess the whole movie is just like seeing Joaquin Phoenix writhe, which I think is like a lot of what people think is the gravitas behind it, where it's like, man, this guy is really doing a lot of convincing pain. So this must be very, very good. And if you just want that experience, just watch professional wrestling, man. That's those guys do pain 24/7. Those guys writhe. You want to see writhing? Man, those guys can writhe.
Yep. Pain is their game.
But I do see why people. The other interpretation, which is less charitable, which I think might be the correct one, is like these guys actually think the ideas in the movie are sufficient enough to be the basis of a political revolution. So the movie insists that it is revolutionary, and thus by putting that idea into a bunch of weak-minded superhero-loving people, they themselves will start some sort of social, some sort of upheaval. People will take the correct message from it that we can, get our social services back through violent protest, which is funny because that's what a lot of, DSA lefties would argue too. So maybe the Joker is the woker.
The woker.
But probably not. I don't know. I think it doesn't get my motor running in terms. It's not really my favorite superhero movie. It's not my favorite. It's not even my favorite art superhero movie. If there is another one, I think Mystery Men is probably the best version of that.
Ooh, man, the rise of Smash Mouth. Oh.
The All-Star, the most memed song of all time. No, I guess that's not true. Never Gonna Give You Up is the most memed song, but All-Star is up there. And it came about because of middling, forgotten superhero comedy Mystery Men. A movie which I really like, actually. I really have a soft spot and will defend Mystery Men.
Yeah, it's before Mike Myers got all big-headed about his fame.
It's not Mike Myers, it's Ben Stiller.
No, Mike Myers is in Mystery Men.
Mike Myers is not in Mystery Men.
For real? I thought he had a bit part. As one of the guys.
No, he's not a Mystery Man. I know all the mystery. It's Mike Myers, it's Hank fucking Azaria, it's fucking William H. Macy, Wes Studi from Last of the Mohicans, frickin' Janine Garofalo, Pee Wee Herman, and Kel from Keenan and Kel. Those are the Mystery Men. And then Jeffrey Rush is the villain, and also Eddie Izzard's in it.
Damn.
And it's a fucking great cast. I love this fucking cast. And the script is weird. There's a lot of great jokes in it. William H. Macy seriously looking at his wife and saying, "I shovel well." I guess me. He's got a funny face. He's got a funny dog face, William H. Macy.
Yeah, I guess. Wow. I guess Mike Myers was not. Who was I guess maybe I thought William H. Macy was the Mike Myers. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know what you're thinking about. What Mike Myers was doing...
What was he in? I said, what was he in?
He was in around 1999. He was doing Austin Powers'
okay. Well,
during that time.
He
was too busy doing a Powers'.
I know I saw stuff for Mystery Men, because I know about the Smash Mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I remember hearing
Dane
that shit.
Cook at the start of his career is in it, which is weird.
Really?
Yes, he plays a guy who puts a waffle iron on his face during the superhero tryouts.
When was the last time you watched Mystery Men? Because you know a lot about it.
I watched it. It was one of the movies that I watched on repeat as a teenager for some reason.
Oh my God.
I just watched it over and over and over. I have no idea.
So how many times do you think you've seen it?
Probably like 12 times.
Nice.
But that was mostly from like 13 to 14. For some reason, I just watched Mystery Men a lot. And then years later, I came back to it to see what I was thinking, and I was like, it's still pretty good. I get why I was like obsessed with this movie.
I remember the guy can shoot his farts at people.
Tom Waits is also in it. He's the guy. But also, I really like Mystery Men because it's just I'm a huge comics fan, and it's such a fucking weird comics property to get a fucking green light and actually a huge, substantial budget. And it comes from Flaming Carrot Comics. They're minor characters from Flaming Carrot Comics. An obscure but wonderful comic series. It's not that obscure. Comics heads know about Flaming Carrot, but...
Oh, you guys are called comic heads?
No. I'm just saying, if you like comics or comics
yeah,
history,
you know comic
Bob
heads.
Burden.
You know, those comic heads.
Flaming Carrot was published by the same people that did Cerebus. Have you ever heard of the comic Cerebus?
No. Let me check it out.
it's legendary because what I like about it is because the guy did something objectively skillful in the fact that he created this gigantic long form story. But the problem is by the end of it, he went crazy and became like one of the most vicious misogynists imaginable.
Oh, okay.
To the point where I think like his rhetoric would turn off regular misogynists who would be like regular bro misogynists who would be like, chill, dude.
It's about an anthropomorphic aardvark?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's only kind of nebulously associated with furries. But I guess it's sort of probably an example of it. He fucks human women in it.
Oh, God. So this is like a Canadian thing.
It's not exclusive to Canada.
This is a Canadian thing. This is not, guys, listen, this is not an American thing. So I don't endorse this at all.
Dave Sim is a super cool story because you could just watch a guy fucking go off the deep end in real time.
Yeah, but you
can watch a guy totally lose his mind.
Let's make this clear. This is a Canadian guy.
Hey, have you ever wanted to watch a Canadian guy become a vicious misogynist into his old age? Well, we have a lot of those. That's what Jordan Peterson is.
Well, no, Jordan Peterson is pushing up daisies. He's pushing them up. Because he's not,
You're right, he's dead.
He's pushing them up.
You heard it here, folks. We're breaking the story. Jordan Peterson has died.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a joke. It's Puff. We're a comedy podcast. We're comedy. We're comedians.
What? We can't get sued for claiming he's dead. I think his.
Wait, you can't.
I think he may. Well, maybe we can. So allegedly.
You can definitely get sued for willfully spreading the rumor that somebody has died, can't you?
Maybe in Canada, but hey, all right. So
isn't it a form of libel?
So this is insane. Cerebus the Aardvark is a comic book series created by Canadian cartoonist Dave Sim, which ran from December 1977 until March 2004. Wow.
Yep.
Where did it?
Yeah,
where did
the
it?
Longest.
And this was running in what? What were you saying? It was Carrot Comics.
He started his own publishing company. No, actually, his initial writing partner, who was also his wife, and then he divorced, and that's when shit starts getting crazy. After the divorce, he just gets very typical men's rights activist divorced guy energy, like Scott Adams' divorced guy cartoonist energy, and channels it all into this fucking comic. And his ex-wife started this independent comics distribution company that also published a lot of great comics, including Flaming Carrot Comics, from whence came the Mystery Men. But also, because it's tangentially related to Dave Sim, who's really... But what's funny is how much his rhetoric is similar to Jordan Peterson's, because he refers to men as like brights and he refers to the female void, and talk about how like men only operate in as rational beings and the realm of logic, whereas women operate off of feelings and they're like a gaping vaginal maw of like irrationality.
Man,
but it's similar to like Jordan Peterson
shit.
Yeah. But yeah, this sort of like misogynist association of women with irrationality and chaos and men with order and I'm gonna use my dick to put things in place.
It's like a little ruler.
That would be I'll get a tattoo of little ruler marks on my dick.
Yeah. It signifies order. I bring order to the chaos.
This is my light-bringing dick. My phallus is bioluminescent. It generates light from the tip.
Dude, I like the Babylonian origin myths the most. I think
what's the Babylonian origin?
We're basically all just like the sperm of God. Like that's what life is. It's like God came on the earth, and then that's us. That's what we are.
Yeah.
And I like that. That explains everything to me. Why everything's so sticky.
I'll stick you right now.
Everything just feels sticky all the time.
I feel that is why, we are sperm. We're overgrown sperm. We are. That's why we're all such good swimmers.
Yeah, that's why babies naturally can swim.
Yeah, you're right, because they're just big sperms. Grab a big sperm by the tail. Would you eat a big sperm? Like if there was like a gigantic sperm,
like if you had
fried it up,
like if you had a giant ray gun to make things bigger, and you made and you pointed it at your own sperm. Would I eat that like a swordfish steak on a
well, because we eat eggs,
cooked medium rare.
We eat eggs, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I would
cook your gigantic sperm.
Yeah, I would. I'll cook it on a grill.
Would you? And it's wriggling around, going.
Yeah. Yeah, and you better cook that thing to 100. You gotta cook it to 165 degrees because it's probably got parasites. I know I got parasites.
Oh my god. People do cook with regular semen though.
Excuse me, this sperm has got worms. I'm sending it back.
There's worms in my sperm.
I'm sending it back.
I'm sorry, did you say there are sperms in your worms? No, there are worms in my sperms. This is wet market comedy. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Ouch.
Anti-Chinese sentiment.
What? No, never here.
No, we love China.
Hell yeah.
President Xi for life.
Yeah.
Xi.
I would like to live the simple life of a Chinese farmer. Just,
yes,
subsistence.
I want to grow millet in the highlands.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's backbreaking labor. But it's fulfilling.
But all the rice wine you can drink.
Yep. Oh, until your liver fails.
Yes. I feel like I didn't really appreciate how heavy drinking Asian culture is.
Oh gosh. Yes, indeed.
Until I learned about Pangzai. But yeah, it's really crazy. And especially like in Japan, how they do it, where they just drink and then fall asleep anywhere, like on a bench, and then just go back to work in the same clothes and like maybe take a shower at some sort of public facility or something like that.
That's pretty sweet.
How do you do that?
That's pretty sweet.
That seems so antithetical to everything I know about just living.
Yeah, it's totally different. I think I have an inkling or a glimmer of how it works. I mean, if you feel really comfortable in your town, different expectations. I mean, it's kind of seen like how devoted you are to work, right? I mean,
yeah. I guess the drinking is like also related to work as well, because it's usually social amongst your work peers. So,
but I think Pangzai,
you gotta work hard and play hard, which is also working hard.
I think Pangzai might be a little bit of propaganda, but it's hard to tell.
Look, if it is propaganda, it's great fucking propaganda. I don't give a shit if President Xi is writing the scripts himself. Look. It's me, Xi Jinping. We need a relatable peasant character that will appeal to everyone. People got a bad image of China. They think everyone works at Foxconn. They kind of do, but we don't want them to think that.
So your idea of President Xi is like he's like a producer from the 70s who works for Universal Studios?
He's a cigar-smoking porn producer.
All right.
Look, we're gonna make a mint, all right? We're gonna do Chinese communism with market aspects, all right? It's gonna be beautiful. It's
gonna be a massive hit.
Mao wouldn't be so proud, but Deng would be proud, damn it.
Damn it, Deng. You'll be proud of me one day.
Damn it, Deng.
Damn it, Deng.
I'll earn your respect, Deng. Look, we're all chasing Deng Xiaoping's respect.
Yeah, well, my man had a vision. What can I say?
He brought China into the modern world. Had to murk a few students. Who hasn't had to murk a few students? Where do we get off criticizing China? We murk all the students.
Well, Deng's vision was that China would conceal its power until it is ready to strike, like a dragon or a tiger.
Yeah. Okay,
But
I think it's pretty clear what's happening here. We're now a pro-China podcast. We're a Chinese propaganda podcast.
Yeah,
Hero is the greatest movie ever made.
it is. That's all I've been watching.
Yeah. The way that the emperor, the way that the assassin relents so that the emperor can unite all of China, beautiful. It brought tears to my eyes.
Oh my god, bro.
I spent all night strumming on an air hu.
I was on my knees weeping.
It's so beautiful.
The new Chinese...
I love the Qing dynasty.
I just want to let you know that the Chinese military is awesome, and the new Chinese aircraft carrier is awesome.
Better than the F-35, probably.
Better than the American military. That's all I got to say. Mm-hmm. I know whose side I'm gonna pick. You know. Mm-hmm. You know, pro-Chinese podcast. Mm-hmm. And by that I mean communist China. That specific government.
They need a specific corps for people who are willing to defect but not willing to learn Mandarin.
Yeah. We'll be the leaders of that special corps, and we'll have our own special place to live, and they won't hurt us. Yes.
Yeah, we'll call it English China or something like that.
Yeah. We're good.
Yeah. I'll be the leader of English China.
Okay. I'll be the vice leader.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Chinese values. Confucianism and such.
I'm glad we're going to be safe, you know, in the upcoming after the upcoming regime change.
Oh my god. Hail ants, you know. Hail the ants. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know what the Q people in Canada think the Canadian government is going to do? Like, do they have something else? Do they think the Canadian government's involved, or what?
Well, they obviously think Trudeau is deep state, because he kind of is in a way. He is the son of our most influential and powerful and significant prime minister of all time. So he is leading that dynasty. I don't know what Trudeau has done that's been very internationally significant. He's done a lot of nationally significant stuff. He's screwed over the indigenous people many, many times. They hate him.
Yeah, with the oil is crazy. He's crazy with the oil.
It's the oil. Gotta get the oil. We need to become a resource-based economy. It's worked for all those African countries.
And that's such a bad idea.
But it's the torch we've been carrying because, like, Harper fucking geared our economy to subsidize all them oil motherfucks.
God.
So what are we gonna do? Now we're fucking stuck with this shit. We're paying for pipelines we agreed to 20 years ago when some Lego-headed moron was in the fucking Peace Tower, which is our equivalent of the Capitol building.
If I know one thing, it's that Stephen Harper is a fucking dipshit. All right, and that's a combo Canadian-New York accent that I'm working on.
Stephen Harper is a fucking dipshit. Yeah. I guess that's...
I was born Canadian.
Our East Coast...
What?
East Coasters. What do East Coast Canadians talk like? No, East Coast Canadians from Newfoundland there. I even have sort of a brogue, sort of like an Irish thing going on.
Really?
See, it's not there funny there. Yeah, well, I'm doing specifically a Newfie thing, but yeah,
Newfies.
The people from East Coast out there by me. Out there down East, by there down the jib. They're coming back, getting cherries down the old corner. Yeah, it's very... very Irish broguish sounding. But like Ontario, like rural Ontario, we're going to hack a dart in the alleyway after we see the Leafs game. And,
we're going to hack a dart?
Yeah, hack a dart is Midwestern Canadian for smoke a cigarette. That's a very common...
Hack a dart. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hack a dart. To hack because coffin darts. They're called coffin darts. So to hack a dart is to smoke a cig, and many Canadian rednecks use that terminology. And even non-rednecks.
I love Canadian rednecks.
They're the same as American rednecks. They're pretty much the exact same, but they have different voices and like...
I wouldn't say
just replace football with hockey.
It's not fair to say all rednecks are the same. It's not fair.
I mean, everyone is the same. Everyone just wants to be loved, damn it.
Okay, yeah, everyone's the same. But you don't... everyone knows that, so we don't have to say that.
Yeah. Bro.
You gotta go a couple levels up, a couple levels down, and a couple levels in. Okay? How come they have never tried to even make the sequels to the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? They just ignore the Great Glass Elevator like it doesn't exist. It has a great like plot line with the aliens, and they're not doing it. Where's my Great Glass Elevator movie?
Do you remember how racist the Great Glass Elevator is?
Oh, right. I forgot about how racist it is.
Yeah, isn't there like a section in it where they're calling all the countries of the world that it's like, hello, this is President Chinese, and I'm here for noodle time, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that kind of happens in the BFG a little bit too.
Yes, they also have, but oh man, Roald Dahl's relationship to colonialism and the racism of his children's books is a very bitter pill to swallow, but I'm just gonna accept it because I like his books because they're weird and dark and kids get really hurt and fucked up in them. I like that.
I forgot about the racism in the Great Glass Elevator. You think that's really I mean, they could just cut that out, right?
They could just cut that out, or they could it would be funny if they updated it so they're just calling like Xi Jinping from the Great Glass Elevator.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to not like the countries based on like I don't know, like a weird competitive nationalistic fervor. Like we hate countries and talk shit about them except for reasons like because they hacked us.
Or they tapped Tim Burton to do the sequel, so it's just Tim Burton's China. Rice and dissidents everywhere, everyone is having a scare. All the tea in Chinatown.
Oh, man. Yeah. How do you think Tim Burton's handling the quarantine?
This is China. What part?
How do you think Tim Burton's handling the quarantine?
I think he and Helen are in opposite wings of their house communicating with a rusty tin can attached to a string.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Are they still together? Are they still... Because I have no idea. Do I care about whether Helen is getting stuffed by Tim every night? What do you think their fucking was like? What do you think it's like to fuck Tim Burton? I can picture Helena Bonham Carter fucking because I've seen it on the picture shows.
Yeah.
But do you think Tim Burton like moves around? Do you think he like jackhammers? Do you think he's like into weird shit? Like, what do you think Tim Burton is into sexually?
I'd say jackhammer is probably his move.
Get ready, it's the Tim Burton jackhammer.
So
look at my macabre, whimsical jackhammer technique.
So apparently he's been working on Beetlejuice too. So,
oh my,
maybe that'll get totally derailed by quarantine.
Is Michael Keaton coming back as Betelgeuse?
I don't know. I'm not on.
And it's just going to be Birdman, but Beetlejuice.
I still can't believe they shut down the IMDb forums because that's where I would get all that info. But I don't know.
Oh, everything opened up. I've been getting a lot of calls about Trinity Bellwoods Park in Toronto because recently there was a picture on social media shared of all of the teens out and about in the park. A massive throng, a massive Woodstock-like level of roustabout youths flaunting quarantine.
Yeah. So they give you they're calling
people were mad about this.
Why are they calling you?
No one's calling me. They just I've gotten individual texts like, look at this. Have you seen this? Fucking kids. I fucking hate them. Fuck these bitches.
Because they're spreading. Because they're spreading it. They're spreaders.
They're spreaders. Yeah. This is the real man spreading.
Oh well. Yeah, there have been a lot of stuff going around online today about in Missouri, like a pool party. It looks like there's like 100 or 200 people. That's been going around. They're definitely out there spreading it right now. So stay inside. Mm-hmm. I would recommend continuing to stay inside and take vitamin D because you're not getting any sunlight. That's the only reason. No medical advice here. Not a medical show. But stay inside.
Don't be a spready vetter Be like Kurt Cobain and Chris Cornell and isolate yourself.
Oh God. Yeah. And Lane Staley and the lead singer from every band from 1993 to 1997.
Except for Pearl Jam. Because the heroin didn't get to Eddie as much.
Don't be a spready vetter.
Yeah.
I like it.
Eddie Spreader would possibly not. I like Spready Vetter better. Spready Vetter better.
Don't be an Eddie Brett. Wait, Eddie Bretter. We're all Eddie Bretters right now.
Don't be an Eddie Spreader.
Be an Eddie Bretter.
Don't. Yeah.
Bretty.
Don't be a breaded Eddie Spreader.
Bretty Spender. Eddie Spreader.
Eddie Spreader.
I'm starting to lose the strings of reality.
The train of thoughts are going down. The train of thought has been derailed. My train of thought has been systematically neglected by public funding and left to rot, but Joe Biden rides it a lot and waxes poetic.
Oh man, are we gonna address the Joe Biden in the room?
What happened? Did he rape again?
No, he said you ain't black though.
Oh!
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh man,
who says that?
I mean, he's a G. He's a boss. He knows way more black people than that black guy. So I think he is in his full right. I think he has like a lot of confidence with black people. I think he thinks of himself as like the black person whisperer.
What?
And so,
well, that's fucked up. It's all fucked up, man.
Yeah. You know how Hillary Clinton once like talked about having hot sauce in her purse on like a black radio show and was very embarrassing and transparent?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, you've never seen that clip? It's amazing. It's great.
She says she has hot sauce in her purse?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, it's very funny. Because and also the other bad clip of Hillary interacting with black people is her interview with Mary J. Blige, where Mary J. Blige holds her hand and looks her straight in the eye and sings at her. And Hillary looks very, very uncomfortable.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a classic. I love that so much.
That was weird.
But Joe, he has the hot sauce in his soul.
All right, so what do you think? Is this comment going to be a bad thing for him? You just defended him, so I'm assuming you think no, not a bad thing.
I don't really. Maybe what was the context? Who did he say you ain't black to?
The host was Charlemagne the God, who hosts a very popular talk show.
Oh, he said that to Charlemagne.
He said that to Charlemagne in a conversation about like Trump voters versus Biden voters. And that if you're voting for Trump, you ain't black.
Oh, if you're voting for Trump, you ain't black.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I guess it's a little weird to police blackness when you're a white person, but I think
he has had past comments where he's talked about how, like, he has a comment from 1977 where he says, "I don't want my kids to grow up in a jungle, a racial jungle."
Yeah, in a racial jungle. Yeah, the racial jungle. Yeah, he's obviously a racist guy, but I think there is a type of racism that appeals to people that very fondly remember Obama, let's say. Or there's a type of normative racism where, you can discount black Republicans as people, and you can police their blackness.
Like, who the fuck? I don't know. Who the fuck does he think Tim Scott is?
Yeah, but it's just, I feel like a lot of people, like the black supporters of Biden will make endless excuses for him, and since he has so many black supporters, I don't think this is really gonna hurt him that much.
Well, okay. I don't know. I think it was messed up.
I think this will hurt him more with like woke white people than it will with his black constituency.
That's probably true.
Because I think you ain't black if you vote Republican. I think a lot of black people, a lot of middle of the road black people will probably agree with that.
Yes.
I don't know. I clearly speak for black people.
No, you don't. But it's just us talking about it. So we have. We're the only ones here right now. We should get some other people on the show.
What was Charlemagne's response? I bet Charlemagne laughed at that. I think it's...
Yeah, that's definitely being left out, I think, probably with the conversation, but...
I think, Charlemagne he's a problematic dude.
Is he?
But I think... Yeah, I mean, he doesn't... Not everyone agrees with what he says. He's got, like, pretty lukewarm takes a lot of the time, but what do you want? He's a hip-hop journalist, first and foremost, so... If you're looking for Charlemagne for your big structural takes, maybe not the best guy. Maybe he is. I don't know. He's got a lot to say. He calls himself the god. It's very boastful. It's a very boastful man.
I'm looking up what was Charlemagne's response. And, he gives a measured response.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think...
His response is basically, what have you done for me lately, Joe Biden?
Yeah. That's pretty good on Charlemagne's part. But yeah, as a white person, generally, no matter how down with the swirl you are, can't police a black person's blackness.
Yeah.
Very bad. Even if they suck. And this is coming from me, where I say Thomas Sowell's name is literally Tom.
Who? What?
So, famous black economist Thomas Sowell, who's a very Republican Milton Friedman-y guy.
Oh, you're right. I think I know that. Yeah.
And so I'm very bad about that. I will say shit about that, like about Candace Owens and people like that, knowing that I shouldn't.
Well, Candace Owens is interesting. I mean, sort of, in that, I mean, she is like Ann Coulter, but just getting started at the beginning of her career almost. Pretty extreme. Pretty extreme stuff.
Yeah. But there's one argument that black Republicans have that I think is actually very good. And I think it's a good device to get a lot of people into it. And it's also the same argument that Azalea Banks would make, which is that Democrats make black people dependent on them by saying they're going to do things for them, and then they don't do those things, which is absolutely true. And what have you done for me lately is actually a very good response from Charlemagne. But, the corollary to that is, like, however bad it would be with the Democrats, Republicans would be far more regressive. Unfortunately, that is the reality.
100% true.
Yeah. But yeah, Democrats do not really improve things for most black citizens of the United States. And, in fact, often the 1994 crime bill was a bipartisan Democrat-sponsored bill. And it probably had the most impact on the current state of depression of the black community in America. So, yeah. It's totally... And that is a powerful argument. But they don't ever go beyond that argument. But they just keep repeating that one argument. That is the classic quintessential black Republican argument. And it sticks. Because it's very hard to argue against it. Because you can't.
Yeah, well, clearly it's not been that persuasive, though. I mean... Mm-hmm. So, that's good. I think Biden will...
Yeah, and if you do argue against it...
I think
they'll accuse you...
Yeah.
You go.
Well, to bring it back to just how it's going to affect him, as in Biden, I think it will just it adds to the list of things that Trump's going to make very funny ads about, and the ad team that Trump has is very good. So they gotta be careful. His campaign, he needs to go through some training about how to what topics to avoid, and just moderate what he says. I don't know.
They poached the best Pepes.
You can't...
The best propagandists. The best PRs.
The thing about this comment is, you can't chalk that comment up to stuttering. and it's concerning, but whatever.
He's an old guy.
What can I say?
He needs better Pepes.
He's got a stutter.
He needs a propaganda team. He needs. We need to set up the Biden board of 4chan, which would be instead of poll, it would be Jack. Listen here, Jack. Yes, this is listen here, Jack. And we're gonna be Biden propagandists now.
I was thinking about doing that. How funny that would be if he got a good, because if he got good memologists on the team, they could go wild. They let him go wild with it,
Yeah. We need to poach some Pepes.
What happened?
What you're saying?
Yeah.
Because
what happened to the Onion, people who?
Their argument. If the Pepe's argument is that Trump is like the God Emperor and he's cool because he does what he wants all the time and he's like got big dick energy because of that, then look at maybe we just gotta say that Biden is that in spades and he actually does have alpha male energy despite not knowing where he is. He could still probably kick your ass.
Yeah, he looks like he's strong.
Yeah,
that's good. It's good that he looks like he's strong.
Like, if we're just trying to appeal to these dumbasses, we should just say Biden is more alpha than Trump, which he is. And, maybe just,
No, that's the strategy.
Try and...
Yeah.
I think we could actually, if we coax them into an actual boxing match, that's how Biden can actually win this election. By just accidentally killing Trump in a boxing match.
That would be so sweet, because he's still strong.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, I think that's what we got to do. We just got to have a boxing match. We just got to constantly say that Biden can beat up Trump and just get that as the chant to the point where Trump wants to actually fight Biden. Yeah. Which I think we could do. I think that seems within Trump's wheelhouse. And then Biden, not knowing where he is, will be spooked by Trump and then accidentally put all of his force, his strength into one punch, and his nose bone goes into his brain and he dies.
Because it would have to be an uppercut because Trump is tall. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He said, but so is Joe.
Yeah, we're just telling the future here.
Yeah, this is what's happening.
But
this is what's happening.
The Onion was responsible for Biden's image for during the Obama,
right, as a likable weirdo uncle,
and it kind of culminated in this book, this fanfic book of Biden and Obama on the road, fighting crime. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And now there's
people like the idea.
Now there's a Hillary fanfic. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm. There's another Biden.
No.
What fanfic?
A Hillary fanfic now.
There's who's her best friend?
Well, it's just her and Bill, but it goes into their sex life.
Oh, ew! They don't have one though.
Well, they do in fan fiction.
Okay. Yeah. What did they fuck like in this fan fiction?
It's very bizarre. I mean, it's very bizarre. It was on Twitter. I would have expected you to have seen it.
Man, is this propaganda?
Yeah.
Are they trying to humanize her?
It is. I believe it is, but...
Hillary, she fucks. She's normal. She's not a lizard. She fucks.
Not a lizard. Hard to hear.
Who do you think Hillary fucked? Because she didn't fuck Bill, but I imagine she, maybe... Do you think she's asexual, or
no.
did she, use up and spit out Secret Service members?
I think she's pretty normal. I think she's just pretty normal.
I don't buy it.
It's
Bohemian Grove
what,
shit.
You think it's
masks.
You think it's not possible for someone to not have sex?
No, I think that's possible, but I don't think she is asexual. I think maybe Madeleine Albright. Actually, no, Madeleine Albright totally loves to be a dom.
No.
She totally loves the leather.
Uh-oh. Hear them sirens. Hear them sirens.
Bent. It's because I'm dying.
Well, I think we need to go do some more prepping.
Yeah.
I think I got to go do some more prepping right now.
Yeah,
for the
I'm
end.
I'm going to do prep. For death. Bye, everybody.